Thank you for watching BlaXit. Please subscribe to our channel BlaXit, smash that like button and share everywhere.
Our ancestors who've been taken away to slavery in America and around the New World, as it used to be called. They are found in many African countries, including the Gambia. In this 1 hour, we will try to explore what CORD stands for, what has been their activities, and what are their objectives over the last weeks. Like I said, they've been on radio and television talking about it. So I'm pleased to welcome Adrian Ryan and his wife, Juliet Ryan. If I pronounce your surnames well.
You can call me Nyancho Kajabi.
Good. Your local name is Nyancho Kajabi, and he is Hatib Idrissa Kajabi. So you are both Jolas. Welcome. You are integrated already.
Baraka.
Good. So, Council of African Descendants, you call it CORD. Let me first ask, my first question would be, Council of African Descendants, where did it start? Where did the whole concept come from? And then?
Well, it actually came from me and my wife and a few other members. What it is, we was campaigning for a while as BlaXit. So we went and we met with a lot of authorities. But one of the questions that they do ask us, if we have an organization that represented us here. So I sought to come back to the community, put it out there, check to see if there's any other association that represented us that is legally here in the Gambia. But we checked everywhere and there was none. So a group of us decided to come together, work on it, and then go and register it. So it's actually been registered. We have membership here and we have membership abroad. So we are, the last time I checked my group, we have over 70-something people that actually in CORD, but for paid membership, we have around 30 members. Yeah.
Good.
BlaXit,
yes, go ahead.
Just to explain, so BlaXit is a YouTube channel, it's a media, it's a platform, and BlaXit was founded to really share about our experiences leaving England and coming to live in the Gambia. So it's about our homecoming, our relocation home, our settling in back home in the land of our ancestors in our origins. And so via our channel, which has over 3.5 million viewers, and as a result of those 3.5 million views, CORD has been expanded all over the world. And so as such, we're going to go and launch a digital platform in order to embrace a digital membership of CORD, because there's over 200 million diasporans just between America and UK and parts of Europe. So we want to embrace those so that we can actually have a proper program for relocation and repatriation. So that's what's important. So the Council of African Descendants, the actual name, I decided to put that forward to a group. There were other names put forward, but that was the name that we all agreed on. And I think it's the right name because of the connotation. Council, you know, is also a very strong word. Just like you have, you know, the Council of Union of Europe, you have many strong councils, and every district has a council. And so because of that, we're made up of people who all have the same aims and objectives. And one of those is to make sure that we can attract inward investment into, you know, the Gambia and Africa as a whole. This is a Pan-African organization. So it's about us having a welcome home. Very important that we have this welcome home. I can't emphasize how important that is. And of course, you know, we have had a great welcome from the National Assembly recently. Absolutely wonderful. And they have formed a pressure group. There's 23 members of Parliament who have formed a pressure group, which has been led by the Honourable Suleiman Saho and also, Saku Marong. And so, so this isn't political. This isn't political. This is what you said today. which is it's about vision and not division. So we need to be visionaries and not divisionaries. And so this is what it's about, because people think we're being political. We are not being political. No. We can't even vote. So we're not political. What we are, is African. And we need to be accepted as Africans. When we're in Europe, we're called Africans. And then when we come to Africa, we also need to be called Africans and not Europeans. So that is the reason why BlaXit was also created to act as a desensitization mode, so that you would understand that we are the same. It's very important that you understand that we are the same. The only thing that has been different is our exposure to a different culture and being born in a different place. If you had a niece or a nephew that was born in England.
It's always the case. We have people who are born there. When they come here, they look different. But then we always know that this is Mr. Cham's son or Mr. Cham's grandchild whose mother went to UK. That doesn't make them, people British. They're always Gambian. So it makes sense. It's the same thing you're talking about.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good. So let's go back. You people are from the Caribbean islands. Which country were you born?
Right. I was born in the Caribbean island of Montserrat.
Oh, okay.
And that's island just very close to Antigua.
Okay, Antigua, yes.
Yeah, I was suffer from a volcano.
Okay.
So that was my reason why I ended up in England. Yeah, because we're still a British dependent territory. Exactly. So slavery wasn't that far away. Because there's still colonies in the Caribbean. I think there's still 2.
Is Barbados now independent?
Long time.
Yeah, it is now.
I think it might only be
St. Vincent and
Montserrat and Anguilla, I think, is the only 2.
They're the only 2 now.
Yeah. And but I will research it again. But I know definitely Montserrat is still a colony of Britain.
And you lived, is it?
No, not at all. I was actually born in East London, and so I was born in England, and so I'm first generation born in England. My parents, my 4 parents, originated from slavery in Jamaica, and so that's how I knew actually that I was Gambian, was because my grandma's mother's mother had told them that we originated from a place called Cambia. But I didn't realize that in Mandinka they spoke Cambia as Gambia. But I did know that because I heard words like nyam, and in Jamaica, nyam means to eat. Yeah? And, yes, exactly. So there's many defadem. You understand? There's many, and I think that's why the relationship between Gambia and Jamaica is so close, because we originate from Gambia, and I could take you into Jamaica and no one would know that you was a Gambian, that you look.
Until I speak the first word, they will know. Probably come from somewhere, but I can ask.
Not even, because you even sound a little bit Fatu, They wouldn't know where we come from. If you say me, wouldn't know where we come from, they wouldn't know. So we are the same. It's just cultural differences. We eat sweet potato, cassava, you understand? Yam, same said way. We eat fish, same said way. You understand?
The fundamental picture is that all of those who, were in Jamaica, all originally come from Africa. They went there to work for British plantation owners or etc. Malmo, you may take interest in these people's history. I know. I've been a university lecturer. How do you see the cause of CORD, so to speak?
Yeah, the topic, basically when we talk about, slavery and things that had happened before, it actually makes me sad mostly. But of course, for me, I've been watching all they've been doing, and it's a very genuine cause for me. And I think these are people that do not even need to put a voice for us to really accommodate them back in our society, because they are our own brothers and sisters. So it shouldn't even take a minute or a blink of an eye to say, look, this is your passport and this is your citizenship, this is your home and this is where you belong. So generally, I think they're on the right course, and of course, it shouldn't take one alcalo a minute to tell you, welcome home.
Thank you.
Basically, this is your land, you can go and plant your cassava, and then life is back to normal, and we are all brothers and sisters, just like return of a brother or a return of a sister back home. So for me, that's basically how I say it. So I think it's the right thing, and of course, it's great to have your own brothers to talk about things that had happened before, and to have people who are wanting to come home.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sweet home.
Yes, I was coming
Definitely
there.
is.
In the 1970s, in the First Republic, this Gambia government had a policy of encouraging what we call home cooking, which is to attract people like you. The idea was very strong in the 1970s. I remember there were representations, you know, of Gambia around the globe or in Africa where such meetings happen. I remember there was one particularly I witnessed that in Banjul, Reverend Sullivan was it, and Sadaude Jawara, the then president, went to that meeting and presented him with a passport. So we had also have roots, which basically we are the first African country that tells the whole world that actually most of these Africans come from the Gambia. Alex Haley led that way. Yeah. So when you come to the Gambia, let me first ask, how are you integrated? I understand you people are in Busura. How are you received?
They receive us just like, welcome home, you're home now.
Okay.
The people receive us.
Very well.
The people beautiful. You know, I mean, now the government, the members of parliament, giving us hope. Okay. We have reached out a few times to have an audience with His Excellency.
I understand now you have asked for an audience with the president to touch base with him and to put him in the picture. If you meet him, which hopefully will happen soon.
Nothing's materialized as yet.
Sooner or later. What would be your message to him?
Well, I would ask him what's taken so long. We've been waiting since the 27th of December 2019, and we've seen so many other people, so many other nations, from people from different places, different countries. We've seen people come over from the UK and within 2 weeks they've got an audience. You know, we've seen artists come and get an audience. And so for us, and I have evidence, you know, to support what I'm saying. So the first thing I would ask him, does he have a problem with us coming home? Because I need to know, just so that we can be clear. So we can set the paradigm moving forward. Because it's very important that the leader of a country leads a country into success.
Exactly.
And so that comes with unity. And so I want to know if he has an issue with our unity in the community. You see? And so it's important because I absolutely adore the man. I adore Adama Barrow, His Honourable Excellency, I can see the difference in people. I've been coming here since 2011.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's 10
and so
years.
That's right. Now, That's right. And so, you know, that's the reason why I'm absolutely keen to see him. So it's almost like a personal to say, you know, congratulations, because someone who's coming from England, who lived in England, worked in England, and now comes back to be the president. Come on, that is like the #1 success story ever. And so for me, it's like, I just want to even just embrace him and say, like, well done, congratulations. We're so proud of you because you give everybody hope. And that's why I'm a little bit disappointed in a way, because I'm impatient like that. Okay, so it's a personal thing that I'm just a little bit impatient because I'm so excited to meet him.
You will eventually get to see him. When you do, I want to ask you, how would you portray Kerr to him? Like you recently demanded or asked or requested to be accorded citizenship, because in that way you find that you are more and fully integrated, and you know, you're formally welcomed. So how would you tell that to the president, apart from embracing him and congratulating him for him?
Well, I think both of us have got our different approach. So I'll let Adrian go first.
What will be your approach?
Let Adrian go first.
I can guarantee you that he is watching the program, or we'll watch it later in the evening. No doubt about it. What
I'm saying, I respect His Excellency. You know, I mean, he take on a major task, you know, and I know he's doing the best job to his ability. When you look at the Council of African Descendants coming home, we're looking at lawyers, we're looking at doctors, we're looking at professors, we're looking at people that top the game. And they contact us as BlaXit, as Kerr, and they're willing to come and volunteer the services. You know, we have a whole lab in our office for eyeglasses, and this was sent by what's his name?
Oh, so it was sent by the Nottage family, and that's Ariel and Santana Nottage, and they've sent a whole iLab, refractory
It's a whole iLab, and these glasses will be given free. He said this is his present for Africa, for Gambia. He will come back and will make all these glasses, professional glasses, and he'll make sure that they go out to the community free of charge. That's his present. We have those equipment in the office.
Fantastic.
Our people out there that want to come home, they want to come and they want to share the expertise with our brothers and sisters here. And together, if we join hands together, we only will become stronger.
Absolutely.
And let's face it, only Africans got to work properly together with Africans. We only got us in the world. Everyone has discriminated against us.
Yeah,
so when you have the professionals that sold the property, give up their life in the West, give up their life in the West, bringing the children, because a lot of people come with their young children.
absolutely.
In school, investing, building homes, creating jobs, creating opportunities in this country. You know, ourselves, we create the borehole in Buzara that helped the community. We also was active in Nemakunku, you know, and I was over there last night.
Okay.
So what we are coming back to embrace our family. We're not coming back here to build separate community, and we're coming back to show we are the same people,
Absolutely.
but we just raised up in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
But we are the same. We got to the same oppression, same persecution everywhere. For instance, you see what's happening in America with George Floyd.
Absolutely.
And many more that have lost their life, even in England.
Absolutely, even in England.
You know, for no reason. So now we're coming back home, and what we're asking for is just for welcoming. Because these are professionals that want to come and say, yes, let me give back my service to Africa. So a welcoming is simple. It's a very simple thing to do. Africans always have gratitude.
Absolutely.
We always been loving people. So when you realize that it's taking, well, I would say over 400 years to give a welcoming. Yeah.
I know.
It's challenging for us. We're all the same, regardless of how we see it. And what I also would like to say is that when we're also coming back to Gambia, it's important that we learn the culture, learn the language, and be patient.
You're already a Jola, so I will ask you, Nujam Jola, how can I say?
Oh, I know some, you know, I know some, I don't know, I know some, you know, yeah.
Okay.
You know, we do learn a little bit of the language. She done a lot better than me.
How can I say?
She done a little bit. I was a Kasumai.
Okay, Kasumai.
Yes, Kasumai.
Yeah. So we do know.
And we know a little bit more or not.
I mean, okay, that's
Bob, he was saying that we're now gonna have classes in our office.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna have
language
classes.
Yes. So people that come home.
Children are sent to school here, they will automatically learn it from
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. That's the best way to get.
Yeah. So some of the purpose of court as well, we also work as a live vetting, because a lot of people come to us and we will take the information, know exactly what they're coming here to do, you know, and we also guide them in the right directions. As you see, we spoke to a lot of people, like for policing. We could always call the PRO, and they're always happy to come and give us an audience, you know, so that people would understand the laws of the country, because the laws of Gambia is not going to be the same as the laws in the West.
Yeah, many, in most cases, indigenous people are sometimes a little bit insecure or afraid of newcomers because of the cultural class.
Yes.
So when you come across these things, what kind of message would you tell? Like, for example, you will see, you know, native people who will be wary of strangers. Yeah. Naturally, people are suspicious of strangers.
I know.
So I know this may be a challenge you will find. How do you overcome that?
Well, you could go everyone.
Yeah. I've actually found that, I've experienced that. And once I have a conversation, especially through the interpreter, and I explain, like, I give you an example. I went to Sanyang and I sat with the Council of Elders, and I explained to them where I was coming from. And they told me that, you know, a log that is in the water will always be a log that is in the water. It will never change to be a crocodile.
That's a common saying, Mandinka.
Yes. And so when they said that to me, they said that there should be no barriers. So the fear that they felt, even the children called me Tuba at first. I looked at them, Tuba. I said, I ain't no Tuba. And so when we explained to them that our ancestors were taken, it made me realize that there needs to be in the education, whether it's in, you know, the social education lectures or lessons that they have in school or at university, but it needs to be in there, because even when my son, he studies, he goes to school here, and when I looked at his social and environmental studies book, it wasn't in there. So it's important that maybe we integrate that into, you know, these studies moving forward.
In the social sciences, Mr. Sabu can attest to that. A little bit of things been mentioned about the history of slavery in the Gambia. We have famous slavery landmarks, so at least every student knows that definitely there was slavery in our history.
But they're not connecting it with us.
I see. Okay.
You understand? There's a disconnect. So we are the ancestors of those that were enslaved. It didn't just end and go away. We are the descendants.
As Bob Marley said, we are the survivors.
Yeah, we are the survivors, literally. And so people need to understand that. They think that we just got off in England and then that's where we're coming from.
Absolutely, yes.
Or, you know, from the Caribbean and that's where we're coming from. No, they've got to see it's a long lineage, and they also need to follow the pathway of slavery itself and the slave ships. And when you actually look at it, it's the most heinous history, and there's no reparations. Africa has not collectively called for reparations. And this is something that is very disappointing to me personally. When I was in England, I was a great advocate for reparations. I still am. And I think it's very important because reparations is connected to repatriation. And also, Africa is owed a great debt. Owed a great debt. And so, you know, this debt needs to be called upon. We were paying taxes in England up until 2015 to service the debt for the compensation paid to those who enslaved us. So can you imagine, you work your hard-earned money and the government take taxes to pay back the people that enslaved your ancestors, okay? And this money is owed to Africa. And it's time for Africa to collect. There's too many colonial laws still imposed on Africa.
Even in our
today,
today, colonial laws.
Because that's the barrier to us coming back. That's the barrier. When you look at what Paul Kagame has done in Rwanda, for example, he has repealed and repelled so many of the colonial laws. And this needs to, you know,
across Africa.
Of course, there needs to be a magnification across Africa, to be fair, you know, because he has made a lot of changes. And I believe in the future of Africa. I know that not only is Africa the future, but the future is Africa. And especially Gambia here.
Absolutely. Let's get down to the brass tacks and take us through examples in Ghana, where the African, you know,
year of return.
The year of return.
Yes. What were the procedures followed? Like you are asking for citizenship in the Gambia, perhaps that is done on individual basis. How are you connected with a Gambian? Are you married to a Gambian for a certain number of time? So if you are going to be given citizenship, you don't think it will require some legislation? It's good that you already met Parliament. What kind of questions, issues do you come across when you push these ideas?
Parliament was supportive because they said they want to start a private member bill for us. You know, so that at least they could look at it, and they all agreed that 15 years is too long.
It's too
for
long.
people like myself and my wife.
10 years already.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you want to
I just want to add in that during the CRC process, with regard to the draft constitution.
Yeah.
Within the report, on page, I think it's section 188.
You've done your homework on this.
Okay.
But yes.
I studied constitutional law.
I know. Okay.
So, you know, I studied in the UK too.
Okay.
And so, basically in the section under the report, they made certain recommendations. And one of those recommendations was that citizenship for us should be between 2 to 4 years.
2 to 4 years.
2 to 4 years.
Okay.
I mean, I prefer 2, but you know,
at
the end of the day, yeah, the program that we proposed, yeah, for automatic citizenship, and a lot of people say, oh, I don't like the word automatic. But Israel loved it and has done well off it. Pakistan loved it and has done well off it. You know, sometimes we have to look at, yeah, models of success and follow them. Yeah. One nation, one Africa. Thank you, BlaXit family. Please keep watching and remember, follow your dreams.
Purchase your tracks today. 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 Purchase your tracks today.